Hello, today we will be discussing muscular dystrophy. Muscular dystrophy is characterized by the progressive weakness in muscles, and this happens over time. There's many different types of muscular dystrophy, but right now I'll go over some of the main and most common muscular dystrophies. The first is Duchenne, and this is a muscular dystrophy affecting males more than females, and it's a congenital muscular dystrophy, so this occurs at birth, and it's the most common form found during childhood. We also have the Becker muscular dystrophy, and it's really similar to the Duchenne muscular dystrophy, except the symptoms are a lot more mild, and it affects males and females. The myotonic muscular dystrophy is found in adults both male and female, and the name comes from the word myotonia, which means spasms in the muscles over an extended period of time. The fourth one that we'll be talking about is called the limb-girdle muscular dystrophy, and the onset usually appears at early teenage years to young adulthood, and it causes weakness in the muscles that progressively worsens over time. It first begins in the hips, moves to the shoulders, arms, and legs. Next, and the final one that we'll be talking about is called distal muscular dystrophy. It causes weakness and degeneration of the distal muscles, which just means the muscles that are farther away from the center. And these symptoms are present in the muscles of the feet, hands, forearms, and lower legs. So what can be done to help people that do have muscular dystrophy? As a therapeutic recreation specialist, there are certain activities that will help these people that have this disease. Since muscular dystrophy is a progressive disease and limitations increase over time, therapeutic recreation facilities work on advocating quality of life for patients with muscular dystrophy. Since the weakening of muscles can't be reversed or healed, but the progression of weakness can be slowed down or maintained with certain activities, stretching, yoga, and motion activities are some of those examples of helping slow down the process of the weakness in muscles. When symptoms are severe and require those with muscular dystrophy to be on bed rest or use a wheelchair, recreational therapists can strengthen their interest in cognitive games or the arts or similar activities like that. And now I'd like to share with you a real-life story of a little boy who is about 10 years old who has muscular dystrophy, and I feel like this story will be very beneficial for us as future recreational specialists. So this little boy's name is Nathan Jenkins, and he lives in Greenville, South Carolina. And this article was written by a lady, let me get her name right, Anna Maria Scacia, and she writes this story in an interview with him, Nathan, and his parents, Lisa, and his dad, Blake. So this is the article that she wrote, excerpts of it. When Nathan Jenkins of Greenville, South Carolina was born in November 2003, he was monstrously tall, says his mother, Lisa. So when he started walking at around a year, she and her computer tech husband, Blake, thought Nathan's constant falls were growing pains. We just thought it was a balance issue, Lisa says. I didn't think too much about it. It wasn't until Nathan was a toddler that she realized something was amiss. His two older siblings could easily sprint up the stairs of their 3-level home, but 2-year-old Nathan just sat there as if the stairs were Mount Everest. He couldn't lift his foot up on a small curb, and he needed help to step down. Lisa, a former French teacher and master's student at the University of South Carolina, knew something wasn't right, but at the time she had no idea what that was until October 2006. That's when she took Nathan, then nearly 3, to an Atlanta neurologist who recommended a muscle biopsy and learned he had limb-girdle muscular dystrophy. In the intervening years since his diagnosis, Nathan, now nearly 10 years old, has experienced progressive muscle weakness in his arms, shoulders, torso, and legs. He can't reach up high or bend over to pick up an item. He's unable to walk the family dog, Sylvie, a terrier mix integrated into the family 2 years before Nathan's birth. This, excuse me, this decline in muscle strength has altered the way Nathan moves. In his younger days, he was able to get up from the floor by crawling to and climbing on the coffee table. But since late 2012, scaling the furniture for standing support no longer has been an option. Nathan's heart and lungs also are being monitored by his physician, pediatric neurologist Addie Honeycutt, co-director of the MDA clinic at Greenville Hospital System, University Medical Group in Greenville, South Carolina. Described by Lisa as the best doctor you'd ever want. So far, no functional issues have occurred with these organs, to which Lisa says, "Praise the Lord." Nathan is able to fully immerse himself in his 4th grade studies at Sarah Collins Elementary School in Greenville, South Carolina, without having to worry about his physical limitations. Collins provides barrier-free education to students with orthopedic, visual, and hearing disabilities, as well as to students who don't have special needs. The school provides structural and educational adaptations, specialized training, and on-site occupational and physical therapy, so all students are able to maneuver and learn with relative ease. While in school, Nathan uses a power chair to navigate the campus. His muscular dystrophy prevents him from writing by hand, so he uses a wireless assistive typing device that connects to his teacher's computer. He also has an in-class writing assignment for extra help. Academically, Nathan is thriving, his mother says. He wants to be an architect or detective, reads at a high school level, and excels in math and auditory learning, receiving A's on his report card. His only weakness is his spelling ability, Lisa says, something they're working to improve. In late 2011, feeling that Nathan was losing ground, Lisa suggested to neurologist Honeycutt that they explore aquatic or water therapy. She thought it would help, and the doctor agreed. Since then, Nathan has been in aquatic therapy offered by the Kinetics program at the Center for Developmental Services, a developmental service agency in Greenville. Lisa calls the therapy an amazing fix. For 1 hour a week, Nathan works with a physical therapist in a tailored pool-based aquatic therapy class to maintain and increase full strength and lung capacity. Sometimes it turns into a game, Lisa says, which is particularly appealing to Nathan. The year previous to aquatic therapy, we saw a lot of things fall off his able-to-do list, Lisa says, but since starting water therapy, Nathan has seemed to maintain so much better. He loves water because water is a great equalizer. Says Nathan of his water therapy, "I like it most of the time. I love the laps, and now I can even dive underwater. I can hold my breath a lot longer than I used to. I also like to jump in the water because I've never been able to jump when I'm not in the water." Still, the potential land-based risks do not stop Nathan from playing outdoors. In fact, says Lisa, he's a member of the Malden Miracle League, an all-volunteer organized youth baseball team for children with physical and developmental disabilities. It's a league built on the principle that every child deserves a chance to participate in America's favorite pastime, regardless of his or her ability level. According to Lisa, there are players on the team who use power chairs or ventilators but move around the rubberized baseball field freely. Nathan also attends an MDA summer camp program at the Pleasant Ridge Camp and Retreat Center in Marietta, South Carolina. As part of the week-long stay, Nathan and other children with neuromuscular disorders participate in fishing, swimming, arts and crafts, nature studies, talent shows, and cookouts. It's nothing short of amazing, says Lisa. He just loves camp. It's the best week of the year. For Lisa, not knowing Nathan's limb-girdle muscular dystrophy subtype hasn't entirely been a drawback. We would like to know the exact diagnosis, but sometimes I think it's a blessing not to know, she says. Neither she nor Blake has a family history of limb-girdle muscular dystrophy. We just take everything at face value, she says. I'm glad there's not a timeline that I'm comparing him to. It's great to keep our focus on him and what he can do and not worry about timelines. So that was I think, perfect article that describes how we should integrate individuals, not just with muscular dystrophy, but with any that have any disability, and fully include them into activities within the community and help them feel a part of the community. And also, they set their own limitations. We should not be setting those for them. And I think that story also perfectly describes that. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Here we have some references, and have a great one.